AI Armageddon strikes. 3 billion vaporized from software stocks in one day. Anthropic's new legal AI tool just unleashed hell, thanking Microsoft, Oracle, and the entire sector. Nasdaq craters 1.4% as fears explode. Is AI eating tech lunch? Hang on. Fundamentals igniting the fire. Chart blasting warnings, and this cow is your massive opportunity. Let's detonate. Hello guys and welcome to this new video. My name is Kevin, your financial analyst. Today we'll talk about a new AI boom that is actually shocking the market. The name is Anthropic. Anthropic releases legal plugin for Claude as part of a agentic co-work capability. Why do we get concerned about this one? The reason is simple. Anthropic's AI tool triggered 300 billion textile plunge because based on its release, it creates a massive fear in the European data companies. We will talk about the fundamental first and then jump to the chart to see exactly what is happening based on this new release. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that we can actually navigate into this workflow of market movement, news, and everything. Let's start with the fundamental first. Let's see how it looks. The name is actually Claude. Even if it's Anthropic's AI tool, the name is Claude AI. How it is designed. Customize co-work with plugins. We built co-work to bring the power of Claude Code to everyone. Today we are adding support for plugins, which let you bundle any skills, connectors, slash commands, and sub-agent together to turn Claude into a specialist for your role, team, and company. This is actually a very good thing. Let's see how the plugins are presented. The productivity plugins, product management, marketing, legal, finance, enterprise search, data, customer support, and everything. So it means this. It means the major sectors managed by professional and also big investors going to be very affected because this AI going to manage a big workflow for a short period of time. That's actually the reason why many companies and also many big AI company, AI driving company are actually scared because this actually create a very big change in terms of analysis, in terms of research, and in terms of work time. That's why we can see this kind of Anthropic's launch of AI group share in European data companies, especially. And we can see here the Anthropic, the company behind the chatbot Claude, said its tool could automate legal work such as contract reviewing, not disclosing agreement triage, compliance workflow, legal briefing, and template responses. And it's actually scary if you're someone who always thought like the AI will just affect people in the mathematics work and everything. You may find yourself also affected by that. The like of RLX, London Stock Exchange Group, Experian, Sage, Informat, and Pearson were smashed as AI provider Anthropic unveiled a new product. Very scary. Share in the London Stock Exchange Group fell by 13%, and the credit reporting company Experian dropped by 7% in London. Only by the release of AI tool, the expectation switch in the market. This is actually very dangerous, especially with this era of AI. Every AI that is actually creating some kind of massive release, it means that this AI is actually a good thing, especially when it just creates a plugins. What is a plugins? Actually, a plugins is, if I can say it a little bit with my small knowledge about it, it's like a prompt, something that you ask AI to be with and then to become. For example, you can ask AI to be a law enforcer, be a programmer. You can prompt AI to be something very specific, and it will just follow. That's why we find this AI actually very dangerous because it can actually replace the like of ChatGPT, the like of Grok, and everything. Now, we find out many companies fell down. So, if you are managing a portfolio, what is going to happen? Let's jump to the chart and see what is happening. The part two here is the chart. What I like to emphasize is this. What is the S&P 500 doing first? On the daily, you can actually see that recently, the 3 February, we had a massive shock. But we don't know if it's actually because of the Anthropics, even though it wiped out 300 billion. 300 billion. We don't know if it's because of that. So let's go and see the movers of the S&P 500 recently. The top gainers, we have DVA, LMM, and Almonty Industry. But what we can see here is actually a massive amount of small capital tech are actually moving the market. But the drop is actually very significant because we move almost 2% yesterday. Even if you can see a center retracement to continue to rise higher, we actually moved 2% yesterday. And that release create a massive chaos. But when the S&P 500 crash, let's say crash, okay? Crash like this, because the day before, on the 2 February, we got a massive driven by healthcare companies, by industrial companies, by financial companies. We expected the price to continue to go higher. But the price decided to do something else. On a 4 hours time frame, we found out the price is actually not doing something very common. Breaking this level with candle close, and come back here and break this level again. This is actually very weird. And it's actually based on the release. Okay, now, the big drivers. I suspected the price to move this way because recently we find out this double top will create a certain movement for Meta to continue to go higher. And I expected the price to move like this because I said this. News are actually the biggest emotion of the market. They are not the one driving the market in the whole. We have the price coming down here to respect a certain level to continue higher. I predicted this recently. If you can see my other videos, you can see how I decided to buy if the price were going inside this buy. But we have to wait because look at this volume. Very important. Here we have 28 million. Here, even though we have also a big release, we also have a lot of money injected in the market. So the price might come down like this and continue to go higher. But when the price comes in, we have to see exactly the movement. On a daily, the movement is very sharp. So let's wait for the price to come this side, inside here, before deciding if we buy or not. Now, Google, I also predict the movement of the Google my last videos. I said Google will come down to this level because the candle close here suggested the price will come deep here and continue to go higher. So this is actually a good news. Even though for people they are saying the fear of AI, it's actually a good news if you want to start investing now. The price came down in this level. The price have been moving on top of the 20 moving average for a long period of time. Price coming down to this level is the historical movement. It's the same scenario because here we got news, here we got news, here we got news, here we got news. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid because in the stock market, a small dip is just called sold. For example, when you go to a big shop, you find out the product that you want to buy is expensive. After 1 month, they sold it. Doesn't mean that you will be afraid to buy it. It's the same product. This is actually how to explain this movement. Sold, buy. Now, let's go to Amazon. Amazon is actually very scary because recently we find out on a weekly time frame, Amazon is actually dancing. When we zoom, we find out that we are actually respecting the 15 moving average, but the price is just chopping. Another chop, going up, going down. But based on my previous analysis, I expect the price to come this low, respect the 20 moving average to continue to go higher. And this is actually what is most likely to happen in the next few days. So what you're going to do is this. If you want to buy, manage your stops. It will be very important. Manage your stops. Now, Microsoft. This is the only stocks I don't want people to buy because it's actually very dangerous. Microsoft was the one who was actually controlling the whole market of AI investment, because since they are the one having ChatGPT, they want the infrastructure to be as good as possible to make sure that we have a big boom. What I'm talking a big boom is this. If they are investing in Microsoft, they want infrastructure to be able to manage the biggest capacity of ChatGPT. That's why they invest a lot. And this investment is actually releasing money in the market. Those releases are actually the one driving the market this down. Okay, this is actually what is the story. Now, what is the price telling us? This is actually very important as a level, because the price coming inside this level, it doesn't have to break. It has to respect the 200 moving average. If it's not the case, don't buy. If it's not the case, don't buy. Just wait. And you have to wait at least for 1 month to see something kind of retracement, change of character before thinking of buying. Now, PayPal is also one of the European companies that we said is actually crying, but we don't want to see about that now. Let's see about Oracle. On the weekly time frame, we cannot actually really say that the price is the news is actually the one who created this movement down. Even if you got almost 9% based on that release, but the price is telling us something else. The chart are telling us something else. The price have been going down for a long period of time since September 2025. That means something. The valuation is not as expected as it used to be. It is moving the same way as Microsoft. And now it's hitting the 200 moving average. If they continue to go down, I don't think I want people to jump in. But why Oracle? Like I said, they are a massive controller of AI. They're investing a lot of AI. That's why they want result. Investors want result. That's why expectations are going down. But based on the future result, the 500 billion invested in the AI recently and the bump and everything, we'll see the price will continue to go higher. Now, Pearson, same story. What happened yesterday? Big sharp going down. Almost 8%. That means a lot, because as a European company managing a lot of paperwork, this AI tool will actually come and disrupt everything. Remember, the plugins can create product management, marketing, finance, legal, data, customer support. This is actually the main driven forces and workflow of the company like Pearson and everything. So even here, we've experienced same story, big sharp going down. But now, this is just expectation. And we always know that the market always react after expectation, after all the expectations are closed and the price are already in. But this chart is actually moving in the way that we cannot actually very well describe. We got a massive uptrend here and the uptrend stop here. Now the price broke this level with candle close and broke the 200 moving average without even thinking about it. Price coming down here means that the price doesn't even want to come back higher. People are selling, investors are selling. We can actually see based on the volume what is actually happening in the market. Big volume, big volume, big volume. When we try to resume the volume spent recently, we have 420 million on this. People are just shorting. And this big sell-off is just showing a lot panics in the market. So guys, if you like this kind of content and if you want to know more about what is actually happening in the news, if the news that they are releasing are actually priced in already, or if the news is going to affect the market for a long time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. You will discover and know exactly where we want to go about investing and when to invest, when to buy, when to sell.